It's for memories purposes. Okay. Hello, my fellow classmates and Mr. Bagnall. Of course, I've learned things this semester. I've been taking courses, and I've had a language course, which has been amazing, and of course a new culture. But instead of talking about all the things that are kind of normal, I'd like to talk about 4 unconventional things and lessons I've learned this year. So, first one, how not to act like a baby. Getting here, it was like completely starting from scratch. I needed to learn how to walk again, how to talk again. I didn't know how to cross the street because of all the Taipei traffic. I stood on the left side of the escalator and I didn't know any better. It's like a different world, really. And also like a baby, I couldn't speak. I knew no Chinese when I came here, and I was just bold enough. I thought, okay, once I get here, I'm just going to jump in. So, my first words were 谢谢 and 这个. So I think I've progressed a lot since my first few days, and I'm very grateful for that. And I also learned from this exactly how much you can communicate without being verbal. How much human-to-human interaction is nonverbal, actually. The second thing I've learned is how it feels to be a minority. I don't know if you guys have ever, experienced this, but in the U.S., there are so many minorities, people don't even, realize it anymore. Also, another cultural thing I've learned is that in the U.S., if you, from birth, mothers tell their children, don't stare, don't stare, don't stare, don't stare. Never look at a person longer than a few seconds, and anything longer than a quick glance is rude. You don't. It's a cultural thing. And here, I would walk down the street, and everyone, everywhere I go, kind of follows me with their stare. And I think that if I was walking down the streets of LA, naked, on a normal day, I wouldn't get as many stares as I do walking around Taipei or even more rural areas like Jiufan, Inga areas. I thought that was very interesting. Another thing, how it feels to be a minority. People want to take pictures with you. I don't know why. I'd be walking on the street. Hello, I speak English. Can I take pictures with you? Okay, it was cool maybe the first 3 times, but after that, a little too much. So, I don't know if you've ever, been asked to be in a picture with someone, you have no idea who they are. So that was an interesting thing. And one day I was, imagine you're in this situation. You're on the subway with your friend going somewhere, and you look over and there's a group of 4 girls in the corner staring at you. And, first these girls are looking and whispering and pointing, and then all of them turn around and stare at you, all 4 at the same time. Imagine how that would feel. And I think that being a minority, it's really humbled me and definitely given me a completely different outlook on life. My third thing is how to eliminate bad days. I've noticed that since I've been here, the days that are my absolute worst, that I feel terrible, and they're actually days that I feel like an outsider. They're days that I feel like a foreigner, like I don't belong here. And so to eliminate these days, I needed something to anchor me down. So I made friends with locals. I'm in all my classes. I try to make friends, and I have a wonderful language exchange partner, and just try to go out of your comfort zone and have things to anchor you down, places that are familiar and people familiar, and those things, they really help. The last thing that I've learned is how to test my own limits. Basically, how far can I get away from home? So the flight was about 13 hours from Los Angeles, and I don't know how much farther I could get across the world from my hometown, but maybe I'll keep trying. And I can say, I think that not many 18-year-olds can say, I picked up everything I knew and loved, and I moved away. And I experienced something new with hopes of, getting knowledge and gaining understanding of completely new culture and language. And at 18, I got on that plane, and I was like, okay, here we go, we're going to Taiwan. So I'm 19 now, but still in my heart I'm 18. No. But anyways, apart from all of those unconventional things that I learned this year, most of which I had no idea I would even learn, I'm really grateful for my experience. My time here in Taiwan has seriously been one of the most wonderful periods of my life, and I want to thank all of you because you've all been a part of this experience for me. And of course, Mr. Bagnall, who has taught me how to speak without feeling like terribly uncomfortable. So, terribly uncomfortable. You know, of course, it's not a human thing to just be like completely at ease on stage, but I feel like I'm getting there. So, I want to thank you guys for being my classmates, and have a great year.